Hello, Forecaster here again, and we are back for episode 89 of the Railcraft server Let's Play. And I've been mostly moving stuff in between episodes. Been moving all of the metals, so we now have all of our iron here. Quite a lot of it. And we have some other supplies. We have the tin, we have some zinc, and we have some lead. There are some more metals that I am going to plonk down over here somewhere. As you can see, I've been working on the floor here. Although I ran out of foam, so I am going to have to make some more of that later, but I don't feel like doing that at the moment. So I wanted to make another one of these metal casters to put the cable mold into. Although the cable mold actually is for rubber. There should be a... Oh wait, no, that's the insulated cable mold, right. So the cable mold is what I want. Now to do that, I need to make another metal caster, and I made the refractory casing for that. But I need another brass gear, and the brass gear requires a whole bunch of stuff. Now I have a gear mold already, which allows you to make gears with the equivalent of 4 ingots worth of materials, or 4 plates instead of 8. So we're definitely going to use that, but I need the brass first. And brass is made from, let's see, in the alloying crucible, for example, copper and zinc on a ratio of 3:1. So 1 unit of zinc, it's better illustrated in here. 1 millibucket of zinc plus 3 millibuckets of copper gets you 4 millibuckets of liquid brass. So, of course, we have some zinc, we have a bunch of copper, and I do have the, I brought the alloy mixer and the alloying crucible with me. Now, the alloying crucible was one of these, that it doesn't use power, but it requires mixing 12 millibuckets at a time in total. The alloy mixer allows mixing the minimum amount possible, which would be 4 millibuckets. And I think it's a little faster, but it uses power, of course, to achieve that speed. So, so we can see that it accepts tier 1 power from the tooltip that I have added, and hopefully that is actually correct and it will not explode in my face. I don't like when things explode in my face. Theoretically, we should be able to put it... Oh wait, no. This copper cable is tier 2. Yeah, so we need tin cable. So we should be able to put it here. Which, yeah, tin cable doesn't explode anything, I suppose. Also, at some point, I would like to expand the auto casting system to allow mixing metals. But that's a little more complicated because it requires moving from multiple sources. The amount part is the easiest bit, of course. But I basically need to make an interface that allows you to pick 2 metals instead of 1, and then choosing, or basically you pick a mixing mode instead of picking an output item, like you would if you were making, like instead of picking an ingot, you pick mix or mixing or something like that as the option, probably on the letter M, I would imagine. And then you pick 2 metals instead of picking 1, or wait, no. You would pick the output. That makes more sense. Because of course I would predefine the mixing recipes. So you, for example, pick brass and it would automatically choose, and then you pick how much you wanted. And then it would know that you needed zinc and copper, and it would automatically what do you call it? Oh no, I can't do that. It would automatically get those materials into the alloy mixer, for example. I'd probably use an alloy mixer. And then it would get the output. And then I guess that would have to be extracted somehow. That's also a bit of a tricky bit, because it will come out as an item. And there's no real way of extracting directly from this. I'm going to have to think of that, or think on that, try to come up with a solution for that. I'll get to that in the future sometime. But let's get back to the current project. So we have a new mod on the server. You probably noticed it earlier, called Vials. And it doesn't really matter for me all that much anymore because I have this. But the most difficult thing about the casting system is measuring fluids, specifically when casting things, getting the right amount of fluid. Usually only have things that measure in buckets, so you have to overshoot normally, or most of the time. Now these refractory fluid containers you can partially fill, but you get them in units of 50 for some reason, and not things that are divisible by 16. So you could get these kinds of measurements. So someone found this mod called Vials, which obviously adds a set of vials that have specific measurements, basically like measuring cups, but for Minecraft fluids. So the small vial is a nugget of some type surrounded by glass panes. And it's equivalent to a nugget, the amount of metal you need to cast a nugget. The standard vial is equivalent to an ingot, and is crafted with an ingot surrounded by glass blocks. You see that it takes any block glass. And then we have a large vial, which is 2 ingots worth, and it's a standard vial surrounded by more glass, so you don't need more metal for that. And then you basically have that all the way up to the extreme vial, which I believe is the equivalent of a block. I'm not sure what these are for. I guess they are a predetermined amount of ingots. So that's one. That's two. Is that... That can't be four. Anyway, what I'm going to want is the standard vial. And you can apparently make it with a brick. So I'm going to find some clay. I'm certain I have clay somewhere. The question is, where did I put my clay? Maybe I haven't moved it here. I have refractory clay, but that's not going to help. I don't think I can turn... Can I turn clay dust back into clay? No. Shoot. Well, I guess we're going back to the old base to look where my clay's gone. Oh, right. It's in the drawers that are in the corridor. I pulled the cart into here because I didn't want to stop outside anymore. Pretty much the same solution I have down here. I can also take this opportunity to grab some food, because don't use all that much of that anymore, because I don't do a lot of fighting and stuff. Just the most I basically just run around inside of the bases. So here's my clay. Let's grab all of that. Now I don't like these drawers because, as you can see, they don't work with Wila. So I'm not going to move those. I'm going to take what's inside of them and put the stuff in new drawers, working ones. But yes, now we have the clay. We're going to need some glass. Now I have glass panes, but those only work for the nugget vials. Apparently I missed. So we're going to have to make some more sand. And we're going to want 4. Let's make 2 of them. Throw that in there. And then we'll put clay there. Did that... Where did the glass... Oh wait, no. I am dumb. I was looking for glass blocks when I put in clay. Well, that's shameful. Alright, so this will give us our first vial. I don't know if these stack. We're going to find that out momentarily. They might stack. I would be surprised if they don't. But you never know till you've tried it. Yeah, they do stack. I thought they would. Okay, so basically, okay, that works. That's nice. They are compatible with the inputs and outputs of that. So now we have a vial of lead. That's not what I wanted. Where did I put the sink? The sink on top. So there we go, a vial of zinc. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make a few more of these, or put the materials, get the materials ready, and we can make them later on. So you have 2 now. I can make 2 more. And then make 4 more on top of that. So we have a total of 8. And then 6 of those. Right. That doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Okay, so they are not compatible with fluid hatches, which is apparently advanced rocketry standard method of fluid interaction with blocks. Let's do this. Let's put one of these tanks here, put a bucket of copper inside, and then we can do that. So we need 2 more vials of molten copper, and I kind of want to get all of them ready all at once. Actually, I guess we can... I hope this works. It should work because it's foundry block. You can put 3 of these in there first, and then put the vial of zinc in last. Whoop. That's quick. That gets us a bunch of liquid brass. And then we are going to need the gear mold that I have in the old base, of course. So we're going to have to go back there and get it. Don't know if I have any gear bushings there. I don't think so. But yeah, so this should be for, or this is 4 ingots worth of liquid brass. So that will give us 1 gear. Then I would like to make 2 more. Okay, so we have a bit of few random bits of fluid in here. We have an iron gear apparently. Some plates, which I have also added smelting recipes for. Apparently this one has 2 of them. for some reason. But I added smelting recipes for a bunch of plates because at least not all of them had them. I'd probably also add them to the item casings because they don't seem to have smelting recipes as well. There's some more zinc. Finding stuff to bring. That's not what we were after. I wanted the gear mold, which is not here. Huh. That's strange. It's not in here. This is a bunch of lava. I'm going to bring that over eventually. Well, okay. Where did I put the gear mold? Okay. We're heading back with a bunch of additional stuff that I didn't count on finding or didn't anticipate finding. Guess I haven't looked in that junk drawer in a while. Put a bunch of random casting stuff in there. So it's not there. Where could I have put the dang gear mold? It's got to be around here somewhere. I'm going to put this zinc in here. Put the plates here as well. Let's smelt down that first, I guess. Because it's not in one of these. We have plate, nugget, ingot, and the item casing, and then we have the atomizer on the end there. It's not in there. This just has the cable mold. Did I lose? I know I had a gear mold because I cast gears using it. That's really strange. Where could that have gone? Seriously. Where did I put that? I guess I might as well make a new one. They're not all that expensive. It's still annoying though, because I pretty much know it should be somewhere. And I'm really annoyed that I've managed to lose it. Here we have a steel gear and some bronze gears. Well, some steel gears and some bronze gears. Super frustrating, to say the least. But oh well, I guess. Let's grab the bricks and these things. Wait, what? Oh wait. No, I thought that was supposed to show the call button for some reason, but that's incorrect. Well, I'm going to end the episode here, and I'm going to search more thoroughly for the missing gear mold. Probably move the rest of the molds and stuff here, and move some more miscellaneous stuff probably. And if I don't find it, I guess I'll make a new one, or we'll make a new one in the next episode. Because yeah, I just don't know where it is, but I know it should be somewhere. So with that, I'm going to end the episode, and we'll continue in the next one with the making of the metal casters. They're called, right? Yeah, metal casters, and we're going to maybe make a few of them and then expand this a bit. I might actually have to move this and give this a turn here, because if I continue in this direction, it's going to touch here, which I don't want. Although I suppose I could just paint the cables. That would also work. There isn't really anything else to interact with, so that should actually be fine. That's probably a better solution. But now I'm going to end the episode like I said, and I will see you in the next one.